Here is one of the very popular older Leatherman multi-tools, the Leatherman SideClip. This one goes for premium prices online. Let's get into what makes this such a great tool. Right away off the bat, you can see that this is a fairly lightweight tool. It comes in around 5 ounces, so essentially you get the same size as a Leatherman skeletal in this really nice package. And one of the things that sets this apart rather is the clip. In its name, it talks about SideClip, and that's exactly what you get. You get a clip in this. A lot of people have even bought these up, put these clips on other models, including, I think, the PST and other versions as well. It's a very sought-after model just for the clip, which makes it very valuable to a lot of people. Now, this is my PST2 that I tried to rig a pocket clip on, sort of unsuccessfully to some extent. It does move around a little bit, but at least it does have a pocket clip. You'll notice that the PST2, the plier head is fairly similar. Some people have said the SideClip actually has a thinner, I think, plier head or a little smaller, but to me it looks fairly similar. Maybe it doesn't have quite the tip on the end as the PS2, but again, fairly similar right there. Now, when we look at the handles, one of the things that is ironic is even though this is loved for its premium lightweight, it is actually a little bit thicker in parts than the PST2. As you can see right here, the handles at the end don't go in like these right here. Even on this side, let's turn these around. They're pretty close. Some people have said they're a little thicker, especially with these pivots. You've got the hex heads or the Torx heads instead of the older Leatherman style knurled screws. This will come out in 1998. It will run until 2004. It comes out in concurrent with the first generation Leatherman Wave, I believe. And that's when Leatherman switches over to these security Torx style heads right here. Now on the inside, we find a little bit of a smaller tool set. We've got a knife right here. There's no combo blade on this. My PST2 has a combo blade, whereas in this has a couple screwdrivers. It has the blade. Then on this side, we simply have the pretty nice Phillips screwdriver, another flat screwdriver, then a can opener bottle cap lifter. That is your tool set. I do like the sides here. I don't know. It's something a little different, neat. One of the things that does seem very different on the SideClip is the design of the handle, and that it seems like it's 2 parts of the handle sort of attached together by these pivots. On other tools, you'll notice that it's essentially like a U shape of metal that the plier heads and the tools are inserted. It must have been something different that the SideClip Leatherman was trying with the SideClip. Very unique, seems to work. I haven't heard a lot of issues with stress or it breaking. It's definitely a sought after tool, but definitely a unique design Leatherman was trying out that I haven't seen since. I guess you can, I guess these are crimpers perhaps, or you could use these as crimpers underneath. All in all, I was surprised a little bit in how much it is very similar to the PST, just a little bit less of a tool set. It's only 5 ounces or 0.5 rather ounces less than my PST2 with my added pocket clip, so there's really not that much difference. Part of me wonders what the hype is all about. Yes, it is really nice that you get the pocket clip. I think that's the major thing. And then I think just because it has a very minimalist tool set, a lot of people love it. It gives the illusion that it is a very lightweight tool, even though your PST, original PST or PST2, or even the Leatherman Bond probably isn't that far off in weight to this tool. Here we have the Leatherman Bond compared to the Leatherman SideClip, and while the Leatherman Bond looks so much bigger, in reality it's not. It's only about 1 ounce heavier than the SideClip. SideClip comes in at 5 ounces, Leatherman Bond at 5.8 ounces. Not a huge difference, and the Leatherman Bond is actually usually cheaper, even brand new, than the SideClip is used. The side clip is a really neat piece of history. It's a time when Leatherman was still really trying to tackle that perfect lightweight market. Before the skeletal, maybe you could say it was a forerunner to the skeletal. They were just trying to get that combination right, and a lot of people loved it. This was superseded by the kick in 2004, rather. And then it was stopped production. But again, as I said before, a lot of people still really love this tool, and you'll find that it commands premium pricing. Now, there's two versions of this, the old and the new version. One version is more powder coated. One is a little shinier. And the original version is a little bit more prone to rust. So Bead Blast Matte Finish was the earlier version. Then the later version was Brushed Stainless Finish. For longevity, it's actually better to get the later version, but probably from a collector standpoint, the earlier version is the better version. It is really hard to try to get the camera to focus on the dates, but as you can see, this is 07 of 98, the 7th month of 98. I guess this one is actually the earlier version, which again is more prone to rust, more of the matte version, and then later on, I think the tool became a little bit more brushed. Interesting for those who collect these, otherwise probably not that big a deal. In all, I think this tool is great. I'm glad to add it to my collection. I didn't mind that it had some of the printing on the side. I don't care. It doesn't have to be in pristine collection. I want this for my own reference instead of selling this later on down the road. But these are not rare, but just hard to come by at anything under $70. If you find one of these for $50 or less, you've got a great deal. Probably under $70, okay deal. Over $100, not that great, but still not the worst. $150, you're paying way too much for this. That's just what I've seen lately on eBay. Let me know what you think about this tool. I think it's an interesting history. Let me know if you think this is one of Leatherman's better tools.